Alright guys, I gotta take a tree down. Now, I have done this a time or two. This is not a first time for me by any means. I am not a professional logger. I don't do it for a living. I never have, and I certainly wouldn't be qualified for what those guys do out in the Pacific Northwest. But I have driven a chainsaw or two, and I've done it pretty safely, and I feel like I'm pretty good at reading a tree. I have done this well more than one time. What we got is we got a tree that was struck by lightning. It's dead. It's kind of gnarled up. It was gnarly before it got struck, but it's got to come down. Judging from the way it's leaning and that little what's left of the end of it up there, this thing's going to have a tendency to twist on me when it's coming down. Not to mention the fact that I do think that the trunk is hollow at the bottom. I hadn't plunged the saw in it yet, but I do believe it is. So, my guess, if I had to put money on it, it's going to have a tendency to roll to this side, the side that I'm standing on. So, first thing I got to do is I got to clear all this stuff out. I got to have me a good escape route, because I do think that this thing's going to try to roll on me. But, we're going to see what we can do with it. Take it down. And like I said, I'm not a professional, but I've done this more than once. Y'all hang on and I'll get this cleared up and we'll get back to it. Alright, got it cleaned out pretty good around there. I'm going to dip a few of those off of the saw before I get started cutting. Like I said, man, this thing's kind of gnarly. Not looking good. Bad hook, got a split. I'm pretty sure the trunk's got at least a little bit of hollow cavity in it. Leaning to the hard right from where I'm standing, and we got about a 5-10 mile an hour wind from right to left. Well, I am going to lay that booger right there. X marks the spot, and you can get a better idea. That thing's just gnarly as it can be. All twisted, turned, split from the lightning. But we're going to put it right there. All right, it's down. It did not fall where I wanted it to, but I had a feeling with that bad hook in it, it was going to roll over to that side. I was pretty sure of that, but you know, if you're going to hunt bears, hunt grizzly, shit, try to call it on a dime. Thing is, I brought it down safe. That thing was hard as a rock, dead as a hammer in the bottom. It was like cutting hickory. Although that is actually a very old birch tree, and that stuff was pretty hard. Time to sharpen that chain again. I just sharpened it a while ago. But as you can see, I had a decent enough hinge. Brought it down, and it fell in a safe place. I got all my fingers and toes, and I ain't crushed and dead. And now I got a tree out the way. Y'all have a good one.